everything better if they'd have played some Temptations music when I was coming up here, but this is a big deal, a really, really big deal and I want to thank the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame for this. I'm not sure how it worked out. This isn't a deal for the little guys, the small college guys like myself. That's why I'm so honored. I want to thank my family for being on this journey with me, which has covered 50 years of coaching. 4 moves in the state of New Mexico as a high school coach. Moved to state of Washington as a graduate assistant when I was trying to get into college. Then got lucky and got a break as the assistant coach in Durant, Oklahoma, which the first day I was there, they told me it was Durant, not Durant. And for someone who'd never fished a day in his life, I was the only guy in town that didn't have a boat. Then to Alva, Oklahoma, for my first college head job at Northwestern Oklahoma State University, and then got lucky and took the job in 1983 at Oklahoma Christian University in Edmond and right on the border of Oklahoma City. I want to thank my wife, Joanne, for hanging in there. And when I retired a couple years ago, she said, "That's great, you can retire, but we're not moving." And we haven't. We've been in the same house for 38 years. And as we like to say, she and I, there's a lot of God winks that have led us on this journey as we move time and time again. But what I'm really doing is representing all the great coaches in the state of Oklahoma in the small college, District 9, Oklahoma Intercollegiate Conference, Sooner Athletic Conference, all of these guys. Some of these guys are out here now. Bob Hoffman, Bob Battisti. We're the guys that would get on a van at 8 in the morning in Alva, Oklahoma, drive to Oklahoma City, let our kids out at Crossroads Mall or Shepherd Mall, if those of you that have been here before in the old days, let them get loose. Then we would drive to Durant, play a game. After the game, stop and get an NAI steak at McDonald's. Drive to Alva, 2-lane highways. Park the vans, let the players out, take the vans to the bus barn, go back to the gym, do the laundry, and then go home. That's the life of the small college coaches. Then we'd start driving buses. Not driving, riding on buses. But this is for the guys that did the laundry, that drove the vans, rode the buses, swept the floors, etc., etc., etc. And there's no place greater for small college basketball than those golden years in Oklahoma. When I came in 1974, the 80s, the 90s, up into the 2000s. And then I got to mention my commissioner, John Hudson, who was the absolute best. I want to thank Curtis. Curtis sat next to me. He's at Arkansas Fort Smith now. For 25 years, he sat next to me on a bench. I got players here from the 80s, Kerry Manick, who was an excellent player for us in the 80s, Brady's dad. J. Mock and Rob Seat, the best shooting backcourt in small college basketball in the 90s. Then in the 2000s, Kendra Talley and Brandon Troutman, Luis Lopez, Caleb Panner, Jordan Rutherford. Got a lot of players here, and I'm honored to be their coach. But I also got 4 old, grouchy guys walking in here that were my teammates at Eastern New Mexico University in the 1960s. And these guys pulled in here last night, and we've been telling lies on each other, and I appreciate these guys so much. And when I drop my wife off at home tonight, I'm heading to the hotel to tell some more lies with these guys. But lastly, I want to thank Oklahoma Christian. We've got several administrators here. Thanks to Jeff Bennett, who's also an administrator at Oklahoma Christian. Olympic track athlete, and great 33 years. What a great school. And I just think back to the fans, the crowds, the rivalries that we had in this era between Oklahoma Christian, Southern Nazarene, Oklahoma City University, Oklahoma Baptist University. It was great basketball. NBA players came out of all of this. You might have heard of a guy named Rodman from Southeastern. We had first-round draft picks from the late, great Phillips University in Enid, first-round pick of the Houston Rockets. John Turner. We had Greg Sutton that was playing at Oral Roberts University when they dropped down to NAI. He played for the San Antonio Spurs. That was back in an era where kids didn't have to be D1 players. They just wanted to play ball. They didn't care if there was an arena. They didn't care about a weight program. They just wanted to play ball. And those are the beautiful, beautiful days. My last comment, from a dirt court on a homemade backboard in my backyard in the center of Albuquerque, New Mexico, at 1319 Bryn Mawr Drive Northeast to Edmond, Oklahoma. This has been a great journey, wonderful life, and I'm so appreciative to be an Okie. I guess I've been here since 74, so I guess I count as an Okie. It's a great state, and to be in the Hall of Fame here is an honor I never thought about, because I thought it was for Mickey Mantle and Johnny Bench, and I understand, Gundy and Stacy and Roy Clymer, calling all those T's on guys and all that stuff. But for the small college guys, I feel like I'm representing them, and I thank you so much.